Okay, and here's the same walk cycle with the in-betweens filled in, and I've kind of had the head raise, then fall a little more gradually. It doesn't really matter though. Let's do the arms now too. The arms, I would recommend doing on a separate layer, but they're going to be relatively simple. The arms are just going to be opposite to the legs. I'm going to use the same colors. So while the further away leg is, I'm just recording a little tutorial. I'll try to be quiet.
Oh no.
While the further away leg is forward, the further away leg will be backward, or will be the backwards. I'm sorry, the further away arm will be backwards, be towards the back in this case. I'm going to start with the closer to the viewer arm in this case. You know, and again, you can either follow this sort of standard walk cycle idea, or I'm just gonna convert all these to blank keyframes, convert to blank keyframes, because I can kind of do it as I go. I can just go forward and draw the arm sort of moving in tandem with the leg, and you know, it's not going to be the end of the world if it seems to grow or shrink a little bit, and it'll do whatever it wants to do. You can have a very structured looking arm, or a wet noodle looking arm, whatever you want to do. One important thing though is that the arm should, I've really overdone the arm. The arm should end where it begins in time. I mean, the last frame you probably want to copy over from frame 1. Or have as close as you can to being in the position of frame 1. Ugh. So that's probably not going to look right. I want the arm to end up there. Very different from where I ended up. But I've never been known for wanting to be talk and chew gum at the same time. So let's do this. Change a couple things around. I'm not going to copy the frame over, but let's just say I want it to be about in that position. Is that about where it was? I could go all the way back here with my onion skin, but that's just confusing. Now how does it look? I'm gonna have to fill in a couple additional frames. It looks like it ended up in about this right place. It goes back down there, so let's get this. Let's get this back where it should be. Remember that when you're onion skinning, something that appears green means that it's in the future, and something that appears blue is in the past. So bear that in mind. Okay, the arm kind of goes basically okay. And there's gonna be cleanup that I need to do. Now for the back arm, say front arm. For the back arm, I could confuse myself and try to copy and paste the frames. Back arm is going to be behind the body. I could try to copy and paste the frames of the front arm, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to animate it. Oops. Convert to blank keyframes. I'm just going to animate it from scratch. Let's start back here. And it can be a little different. See, it's already behind on a different layer, so it stacks properly. I don't have to. I'm already going too fast. Just have this thing bend all the way around and bend back a little. As long as the timing on the legs work out, in a believable way. Doesn't matter what the arms are doing, play around with it. But then where do I have to get? By the end, I have to get back to where he was here. So let's make sure he's about in that position. Moving things around. So I have to get from there to there. Okay, let's see how that works. Walkcycle, stick. I'll save that. And now test. Does it look okay? It's okay. Not great. But it's all good. And we want a piece of secondary action here too. Let's give him a hat. I like adding a hat. So let's do this. We don't have to have the hat move as often as our other objects move. You can have it move every, once every couple of frames. Let's make it a nice blue hat. Great. Don't have to do much. Color it in there. And then I can convert to keyframe here, move it up, and change the, let's change where the bill, you can make the bill kind of flap. No, I won't even do it that way. I'll just, it's not going to work that well. Just doing a simple distortion because the form is too complicated. Why don't I just redraw the bill? Redraw the bill like this. And fill it in, and let's give it another, convert to keyframe, give it another, we can sort of bounce off his head. And when it's bouncing off its head, the bill will go down even further. It doesn't have to be right, but as long as it adds some kind of extra dimensionality, extra dimension to the walk cycle, that's what's important. So it's probably gone up too high above the head. It just becomes a little bit ridiculous. There we go, that adds some nice secondary action there. Let's copy and paste those frames. We don't have to run ourselves ragged in this. And then remove these frames, and now look at what we have. Some secondary action, a pretty fluid walk cycle. Go back in and clean up as you wish. So I'm going to stop the recording here and do a final section on putting all this inside a symbol and doing the moving background.